Welcome to the ultimate backstage pass, the pulsating heart of the high school sports universe. Get ready to rock with the gang from the Corner to Corner podcast as they take their sports obsessions to new heights. Meet the dream team, Sean Kuiper, Adam Muncy, Wes Crouch, and Daron Stevens, as they unpack the secrets, emotions, and triumphs that light up our local sports heroes. Whether you're gearing up for a game or unleashing cheers from the stands, get ready for an exclusive scoop that'll knock your socks off. It's showtime.
From the corner to the corner, we bring the heat. High school pride, we're repping every street. Sean, Wes, Adam, Daron on the beat. Downtown Mount Sterling, where the fans all meet. From the corner to the corner, we bring the heat.
Hey everybody, welcome into another episode of From Corner to Corner podcast, episode 352. Flying solo here tonight. I've got Daron behind the mic and cameras over there, but really excited to be back into season 5 now. Last week, if those of you were here, we had several people here in the studio. It was awesome actually doing this in front of a live studio audience. We had all of our Corny winners here last week, so that was exciting. Last week we also named a couple of new sponsors in Rumpke and Schwartz. And this week we got a couple more sponsors to add to the family tree. So we'd like to welcome in Mays
Law offices.
Yeah, Mays Law Offices. Sorry, I totally drew a blank there. They're going to be our People's Champ sponsor for the 2025-2026 season. And then also EJ Appliances has joined the family, and they're going to be sponsoring the Montgomery County Athlete, or the Montgomery County Play of the Week. So a new little twist that we've added to that. So excited to have both of those companies come on board and join the From Corner to Corner family. So thank you so much for that. We're still looking for that GRC sponsor for our GRC Athlete of the Month. And then we're going to be just about complete. So other than a couple of little small things, we also want to welcome in, or we want to congratulate Community Trust Bank on now going to be the sponsor of the Coaches Show. So it will be the Community Trust Bank Coaches Show moving forward. So excited to continue our relationship with them as well. So that was your Rumpke week that was. Let's get to what we got going tonight. Daron, you got that graphic ready?
I do.
What we're going to do tonight, we're going to have the Montgomery County Bass team here. We got Coach Chris Cobb here, and then we had graduating seniors, Eli Toller, Luke Pierce, and Elijah Coleman, all headed to fish at the college level. So we're going to talk about where they're going and how that is. And then we're going to find out how many rounds it took Cobb to tackle that bass that's on that graphic right there. So all that and more.
More importantly, what is he looking at?
Right. Yeah, well, I think that was his victory pose. So all that and more on this week's edition of the From Corner to Corner podcast.
Anthony is using Community Trust Bank's mobile banking with Zelle to have the driveway shoveled, his part of the big lunch meeting, and the birthday gift for the niece that was due yesterday. That means Anthony made it on time to watch the big game and see the home team score the winning shot. Mobile banking with Zelle at Community Trust Bank. Fast, easy, and secure.
Community Trust Bank. Building communities built on trust.
It's not on here. I'll do it.
All right, we are back, and I am surrounded by bass fishermen. I'm the only one that's not. I used to be, but I'm not now. So, well, Coach, thanks for coming back. Third time visitor now, I think, at this point.
That's right. That's
So,
right. We really enjoy coming down. We appreciate you guys having us and telling the community more about our bass fishing team. And we look forward to having this interview with you.
Yeah, well, we have a lot of success at the bass level here in high school, won several titles and stuff like that. And, you know, like I mentioned over there in the pre-show, you know, the great part about it is we got 3 guys here that are all going to be fishing at the next level. So their skills speak for themselves, right?
Absolutely.
So Elijah's going to be going to Campbellsville.
Right.
And then Luke is going to U-Pike, and then Eli is going to KCU in Kentucky Christian, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so that's awesome.
So listen, all 3 of these schools are ranked in the top 20 in the nation. All 3.
Okay.
Like, they're all going to top 20 teams in the nation for their college team.
That says a lot.
That's amazing.
I mean, and they're all Kentucky schools.
All Kentucky schools, that's right. And that doesn't include...
We must know something about fishing in Kentucky.
Murray State is in the top 20
Okay.
as well. And so, yeah, four schools are in the top 20
Now,
as far as the Bassmaster rankings go.
We had, who was the other one that graduated last year?
Gabe,
yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Now,
he's
where's
at
he at?
Campbellsville,
Okay.
Where Elijah's going.
Okay, so now will you be teammates there or opponents?
We don't know yet.
Don't know yet?
But we're all in college. You're all fishing for the same goal, which is a national championship.
Yeah.
So I mean, you're still at the end of the day ultimately teammates.
Awesome.
So Coach Miracle at Campbellsville, they have inter squad competitions, and through those inter squads, he determines the teams.
Okay.
So they don't always fish with the same partner every time. At some lakes, he likes to mix it up. Whoever's a good live scoper, maybe offshore fisherman, he'll put them with someone that can fish up close to the bank, does a lot of flipping. So that way, there are 2 people in the boat that have 2 different skill sets, and determining what that tournament calls for, he's got it covered.
Yeah.
In that boat. So Coach Miracle does a good job of trying to figure out who on his team fishes the best together.
Okay.
And it's obviously been successful having a top 20, well, they're top 10.
Yeah.
College.
Absolutely. So I know at the high school level, you have, a driver, a coach, or whatever you want to call it in the boat. Well, is that the same at the college level?
No.
So it's just be you and your partner.
Yeah.
Okay. So, well, you talked about the show about taking your boat to the shop this morning. Will your boat go to college with you?
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. That's pretty cool.
And Luke has a boat, and then Eli has a boat. Yeah. So they all have a boat. It doesn't mean that their boat's going to be used. Elijah's a freshman next year, so
Yeah.
it may be that he fishes with the junior, and the coach says, "Hey, you're going with the junior. You're the partner for that boat." They're going to all have to show that they know what they're doing, and build. Possibly before they get to go and be the captain of the boat.
Elijah would be like, well, as long as he's doing what I tell him to do, I don't care. Because I mean, you've got some swag. You've won several tournaments, and then you were the one that went to the national thing last year, right? And won that? Yeah, that's what I thought. So
That's what I was kind of thinking. You walk in and you say, "Do you have a national championship?" I do.
Do you have a world championship?
World champion. There
Yeah.
you go. World
Yeah.
championship.
Yeah.
That's
And
what it was.
Bassmaster All-American.
Coach, you mean the juniors riding with me, right?
Yeah. No, Elijah's not that way. He's
No.
going to do what Coach wants.
No, I get that.
And but they're all 3 going to show what they've learned,
Yeah.
Since 7th grade, and how they've built themselves into getting a college scholarship to bass fish. Did you hear that? A college, they're
Right.
getting paid by
Right.
the college
Right.
to go fish.
That's crazy, isn't it?
I mean, it's wonderful.
Yeah.
Who knew?
So, are there conferences and stuff like this, or is it is there the SEC and stuff like that, or is everybody all for themselves, or how does that work? Because I'm ultimately thinking, is there a competition
That's right.
in these schools?
There is. So Bassmaster has a trail. Okay, so the Bassmaster has a trail for college.
Yeah.
Right? They do all their different college tournaments. 6, 7, I don't know what it is.
There's 9.
And 9, and you can try to make the nationals. That's
Okay.
the ultimate goal, is to make nationals. While they're doing all that, they're keeping points on how each team does with all their teams that enter into the tournament. Okay?
Yeah.
So you get points and do that. MLF, Major League Fishing, also has a bass fishing trail for high school. Same schools join that, they all compete for each other. So it's very similar to our high school, except it's the entire nation
Yeah.
all competing against each other at these national tournaments for college.
So do you have to qualify for those tournaments? Is
The
that,
nationals.
or just in general?
No.
Or, I mean, are we showing up with 200 schools on a lake at one time?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, 200 boats. They all will have a Bassmaster membership, which they all had in high school. They'll all have a MLF membership, which they all had in high school.
So does both does this tournament count towards both of those trails at the same time?
No, they're
so it's two
totally
separate trails.
organizations.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
two totally separate organizations. And that doesn't count like Campbellsville competes against each other on their home lake at Green River. KCU competes against each other at their home lake. U-Pike has competitions because, each one of these schools has 30, 40 members. So they're all having to compete to figure out who's going to fish with who goes to what tournament, all of those things. Because ultimately the college coach wants to get as many teams in the national tournament as possible.
Right.
That's the ultimate goal, to win a national championship.
So are you familiar with your all's home lakes? I mean, do you know what home lake it is?
There's a lot around U-Pike. I think Yates or
Dewey.
Dewey,
Fish trap.
Fish Trap, and then what's that?
Paintsville.
No.
Paintsville's
No,
That's like Howard.
I can't think of that last one.
I didn't realize there
Yeah,
were
there's
lakes
4 or
in
5
Pikeville.
around Pikeville that we could fish.
What about KCU?
We normally just Grayson, but people say it's not a good lake though.
Yeah.
And you've got around KCU, it's got Grayson, Yatesville,
Yeah.
Paintsville, which are all I actually have put Paintsville on our high school schedule for next year. They've put a lot of F1, or they put threadfin bait fish into that lake, and they found that they have some bass with F1 genes in them, and so they're trying to grow bigger and bigger bass, and thus far it's working out.
Yeah.
And so I actually put Paintsville on our high school schedule this year, so that we can go up there and hunt around for some big bass on Paintsville Lake.
Yeah.
So that'll be good.
And then Cumberland Lake is
Campbellsville, it's Green River.
Green River.
And Dale Hollow's not too far either.
That's where I caught my biggest fish I ever caught.
There you go.
Was Dale Hollow.
Tell us
On the
about it.
Kentucky side.
On the Kentucky side.
I can tell you about it. There
Tell
was
me about
3 inches of snow in the bottom of the boat.
That's the best time to go to Del Hollow.
And my dad had one of those propane heaters with a big heater head on top of it, and I was about froze to death.
That's the best time to be there.
So,
And
but
he wrestled a 32-pound bluegill right up into that boat.
no, it's actually a 4.5-pound smallmouth.
There you
Thank
go.
you. So,
PB, personal best.
yeah, but yeah, that's a pretty cool lake where you have the opposite sides of the lake. You're in 2 different states.
It is.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that. When you do that, you got to have the license for both sides, right?
It depends on like where the tournament goes at. Certain lakes are different, like Hartwell in South Carolina. It's South Carolina and Georgia border. You only have to have your license for one state.
Okay.
But I think it's Pickwick that's in like 3 different states. It's like Mississippi, Alabama, and I can't remember the other one. But you have to have license for all 3 of them. So it just really depends on the lake you're going to.
High school, college fishing,
Yeah.
boat, B-O-A-T.
About
Break out another 1,000. Yep. It's an expensive sport,
Yeah.
but it's one that the kids love. It's one that's growing across the nation. It's one that gives kids that might not be the most athletic, might not have a love for that, particularly for ball sports, I guess you might say, and gives them opportunity to get up off the couch, not play video games, and get out
Be out in the nature.
get out in nature and on the water.
One thing that that I always did with my dad is we watched the Bassmaster Classic. We actually traveled to the Bassmaster Classic back when it was on the Ohio River back in the day, and I still watch it. I record it if I'm not at home. I'll record it and watch it. And I know that's silly to talk about, but it's like the technology is so far leaps and bounds ahead of it now, and you see a lot of the younger guys, that are competing to win these tournaments that are 20, 22, 23 years old, and that's kind of crazy because back when I grew up, it was all the dudes in their 40s and 50s that were the ones winning the Classic, and it's not like that anymore.
And so COVID was bad. It was bad for all of us, but it made people do things outside and get away from others, and it turned a lot of people into fishing.
Yeah.
Because it was a place you could go and something you could do that nobody else was around.
Right.
And a lot of these young people just jumped in and they loved it, and that's why you see all these young people that are doing so well in the Bassmaster and the MLFs and all that. Number one, they're great with technology.
Right, that's what I was going to say. Yeah.
Number one, great with technology. Number two, they found something they can do really, really well that's fun for them, and they just jumped all in.
Yeah.
And go do those things.
Yeah, and that technology gives them the advantage that they, didn't have in the past, right?
Yeah, it gives them an advantage without a doubt.
Because I remember the depth finder that had the one little rail on it, and you tuned it in, and it goes, when it changed colors, that's when.
I took a coworker last Tuesday with an old coworker at my from Harrison County who's not, fishing in a creek or a pond or whatever. He wanted to learn, so I was showing him the difference between the regular depth finder that we used to have. And I just hit my map and I said, you see that dot? That's where the brush pile is. You got to hit that. That takes you 10, 15 minutes. Usually you get stuck in it, and that's when you find it. And I turned live scope on, and I moved the trolling motor. I said, oh, there it is right there. And I said, see the arrow? Just throw it that way, whichever way the arrow's pointing. He goes, this is amazing. I said, yep, saves a lot of time. Yeah.
And now you get on TikTok and you can drop your phone and watch your phone float all the way to the bottom. I just saw that last week.
Yeah, that's right. Not saying that's happening.
That's funny.
But all three of these guys are they're great with the live scope and the Mega 360 and the live target and all those things.
I remember talking to Elijah the last time about the live scope and stuff, and it was literally that you can watch your bait,
right.
and it's just insane.
Right.
That it's basically like a big old computer screen now,
It
right?
is.
Yeah.
It's like a big, what they say, video gaming.
Yeah.
But just because you can see that brush pile doesn't mean the fish are going to bite.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't care what anybody says. Just because you can see the brush pile and you can see the fish doesn't mean you're going to catch them.
Yeah.
It just doesn't.
Still takes a little bit of talent, a little bit of know-how, right?
It still takes what bait do I change to?
Yeah.
Which,
how do I throw it? Where you move it? You got to keep on changing it, moving it, and finding out what they want to eat and what they want.
So let's talk about that a little bit. So when it comes to like colors, right? Like my dad always knew whatever time of the year it was, certain colors. Is it still kind of the same thing? Is it time of the year, the color of the water, things like that you're like, I think I'm going to go with the chartreuse with the blue trim today,
Yeah, definitely. Darker water, you always go with a black and blue, a darker color, and sometimes you can even go with a brighter color, spinner baits, or something that gives a little bit more flash. Clearer water, you want something that looks more natural or more like a bait fish.
Yeah. So what is your favorite thing to fish with?
I like flipping. I like being in that brush.
I knew you was going to say that. You just look like one of those guys that like to flip.
I like that 50-pound braid and a little leader and setting them hooking.
Yeah. That's what you call that meticulous fishing, right?
Yeah. That's what I like doing too.
I hate that.
So fun.
I'm a crankbait dude.
I used to be that way. I loved a crankbait.
Yeah. But I know that's that's how you get the fish is the flipping the jig and stuff like that, and being in that brush and stuff like
Listen,
that.
as much rain as we had this fall or this spring,
Oh,
and people were like, "Oh, this is too much rain." Oh, it was a fisherman's.
Okay.
Oh, loved it. Go to the cave run and flip the bushes. It was
Yeah.
awesome.
It's one of the best flipping bites
It
I've
was
seen.
it was great.
Yeah.
This year was great.
Just that
cave
water
run.
just pushed them
Yes.
up.
Yeah, they were
Yeah.
in.
They was
Perfect
on the
time
You
phone.
were
of
fishing
year.
by the picnic tables. It was
No
it was
joke.
aw-
I
no,
caught
no
one
kidding.
off of a park bench.
No kidding.
No
the park benches, the,
Like,
the,
at the
the
campground,
porta
the
potties,
cave,
the,
yeah.
the store. Like you were, yeah.
I
It
caught
was
a 4
it
pounder
was
off
great.
a park bench.
You couldn't have asked for anything better.
Did
than
you
to have a flooded
did
cave
you
run.
did you name it Gump, Forrest Gump?
No,
You know, coming off the park bench.
I didn't think too far into it.
Sorry. All right. So what about you? What do you like to? Are you a flipping guy too?
No, not really. I like finesse kind of, really shaky heads.
Well, now I
All
don't
the
know.
smaller
You're
baits.
talking foreign language to me. So what's shaky head? Tell me what. Tell me what
It's
that is.
Little, about 10-inch worm or so.
Okay.
A little weighted head, and it's just sound that
Okay.
wiggles around.
Now is that like Texas rig or
No,
yeah.
sir. It's
or it's
like
just
it's
straight
a-
up the worm on the
It's
bottom?
a jig, yeah, it's a jig head with, and
Yeah.
it puts it sits the worm straight up in
Okay.
the water column, so
Okay.
the tails,
It-
kind of
Yeah, it
jiggling
shakes.
around,
and-
but it stays on the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My dad enjoyed doing the worm fishing.
The worm
stuff.
fishing.
Another one of those things. I was never really good at that part.
That's right. Well,
Yeah.
you have to go slow at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it takes a lot of patience. And
Carolina.
a lot of people, where you're used to pond fishing, you're throwing it out there and just kind of
Yeah.
almost reeling it back like a crankbait. And
Yeah.
You just have to throw it out there and eat a sandwich and
Yeah.
jiggle your rod a little bit and
Yeah.
eat another sandwich
Yeah, I
and wait for the bite. So,
I was fishing it in 40 foot of water, and I'm sitting there 5 minutes, just sitting there,
yeah.
open my phone up, watching TikTok
Yeah.
and stuff.
The-
and all that.
Facebook Reels are wonderful
So
because
it's
they're a minute long. You can
definitely
watch
a slow
three of
pace,
them.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can watch 3 Facebook Reels before you move it.
So you wouldn't be able to. I mean, I guess you could, but I mean, it helps with the technology now, kind of knowing that there's fish in that area. You're just waiting, right?
Yeah.
Because before, you just be sitting there going, I could be fishing
You had
40
no
foot of
idea.
water, and they might not be
No
nothing
clue.
down there.
Right. Yeah, you had
Yeah.
no idea.
Yeah.
And it's a time saver. I'm not great at it, but it helps me find the brush pile faster. I'm not having to search for it or try to find it on the dot.
Yeah.
I can see it. I can throw at it. I can see if any fish react. I can
You know
look
what
for
it looks
fish.
like.
If I don't see anything, or if all I see, if I don't see anything, I can go.
Yeah.
I'm gone.
Yeah.
It's not as, you don't waste as much time.
Yeah.
And then, if you do see fish, you can scope, minnowing as they call it. Elijah, you can chase the fish around as they move, and as they're chasing bait, you can go with them and throw your bait right at them. So,
Minnowing.
yeah.
So now, I take it you probably like to flip too, right?
Flipping's fun. I like 2 opposite ends of the spectrum. I like throwing that big line, up in the thick stuff, and then, sometimes it's time to put them down and go to the fairy ones, throw that 6-pound test. That's fun too.
So what?
And minnowing.
Yeah, throwing minnow.
So what's the bait on? I mean, what bait are you using?
A minnow.
An actual
A fake one.
A fake minnow. Gotcha. Okay. 6 pound.
Yeah.
So you
Gotta have your
is
drag
that
set
on,
right.
Is that on the open face reel?
It is.
Yeah. Yeah. I figured being that light, it pretty much is on the open face.
Has a
It all-
6-pound leader to 30-pound braid. or
Yeah.
something like
About
that.
10-pound braid.
Yeah, 10, 20-pound braid.
Okay.
Is that
Is that like
10-pound?
spider wire?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
We'll say yes.
For somebody that hasn't fished in 20 years, I'm
it's
really
fine.
good at this.
Yeah,
knowing
no,
loads of
spider
stuff.
wire. Spider wire is.
See, my
is a-
dad
is
would
a
be
braid.
proud. At least I paid attention.
Yeah, spider wire braid will work.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
So, a lot of people use different lines and like different things. I do Seagar. He does probably Seagar. I don't know what you guys do.
Seagar.
Seagar. We have a Seagar sponsorship at our school, so we get a bit of a discount on Seagar.
Yeah.
Through through that particular company. They actually have a warehouse.
Is that SEAGAR?
GUAR.
Okay.
They actually have a warehouse in Louisville, so we get the line in like a day.
Gotcha.
Maybe two.
Now, is that like gar as in the gar fish?
No.
Okay.
GUAR.
Because I know those are the type of fish you do not want on the end of your rod.
They're trash fish. Trash
Fun
fish.
to catch.
Yeah.
Trash fish is
Trash
it?
fish. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what you call those.
Just down at Harrington when we was practicing for regionals, I hooked a big gar. It's about 4 foot long. That thing had to have come 5 or 6 foot out of the water when it jumped.
Oh my gosh.
And it jumped like from here to the edge of the table from the boat.
Yeah.
Like it
So-
got like eye level.
Was you able to get your bait back, or did you lose that?
Oh yeah, I got my bait back.
Yeah.
How long do we have till break?
6 minutes.
I'd like to hear why each one of them chose the college they picked. Because
Yeah.
I really don't know.
Really? Yeah.
I
that's
know him. 'Cause
That's
I
a good
talk-
question.
I talk to Elijah probably a little more than I do Luke and Eli, but
No favoritism there, I guess.
no, I just talk to him.
He has a world championship. So
No,
if
yeah,
you all
that
had
is
that,
not-
he would.
We
That
kind of
is
had to
not
step
it
back.
at
We're a little bit better than that.
That is not it at all. No, I mean, I knew Eli was leaning towards there. They had a coaching change, so I didn't know if he,
Yeah.
you know, what happened with that coaching change and whether that swayed his decision on not to go with the other coach and stay at KCU.
Yeah.
I know that the coaching change happened and that coach went and to U Pike. Is that the reason Luke went to U Pike? Did he go to campus, look like the campus more? I don't know all the details. I knew where they were all talking and looking at and what coaches they were talking to, but I don't know why they made their decision.
We'll start with Luke and see how far we get with that, and then we'll. But so let's talk about that. So, are you saying the KCU coach went to U Pike?
Yes,
Is that
sir.
what I got?
Yes,
Okay, so was there any other colleges that you were considering other than U Pike?
I was still considering KCU at the time because I really didn't know. I'd just been to KCU at the time. So when I went to U Pike, just the campus up there and being on the side of the hill, it was just, I don't know. I
Pikeville
fell
is a
in love.
very pretty city to be in the
Yeah.
eastern Kentucky, just out in the middle of nowhere, and there's this great big city. So I get that.
Mountains, back roads, I love it all. I forgot what that creek is that runs through there, but I've always been told there's good smallmouth fishing down there. So, like, in my off time, I could do that.
Yeah. So was U Pike the obvious choice when the coach left KCU and went to U Pike?
Not necessarily. I was still in talks with KCU, and I just didn't know. So, when I went to U Pike, the campus pretty much just brought me there.
Yeah.
I mean, the coach did help, but
Right. So was that a phone call? He's like, "Hey, I'm moving to U Pike. Do you still want to come to U Pike with me?"
yeah, pretty much. I've known him for a while. I've known him for probably about 10 years or so.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, there's a couple of different things that always weigh into these college things. One's the coach, right? Because he's the guy that you're going to be,
Communicate.
playing for, so to speak. And then you got the campus, right?
Yeah. You have to love where you're at and want to
Right.
live there. So
Right. And then, of course, scholarships help on that part
Yeah.
of it as well, right? So, what about you? Did you consider U Pike? Was you asked to go to U Pike as well, or?
Not really. I didn't really give it a chance too much. I just kind of stuck with KCU.
Yeah.
I just felt like it was the best thing for me. Best thing God poured me through is really what it is.
Yeah.
If you
So,
feel like closer to Him.
You get a call from the new coach, right?
Yeah.
Because I assume new coach comes on board, the first thing he's doing is he's calling the incoming folks and the people that are still on the team going, "Hey, this is my vision." Is that kind of how that worked?
Well, his wife actually came up to us.
Okay.
At a tournament. Her and a couple other KCU students
Okay.
came over.
Yeah, with that, so Montgomery County has bass fishing tournaments,
Uh-huh.
and we open them to other schools, Bath County, Clark County, Morgan County, Powell County, whoever wants to come, they can come
Yeah.
and fish our tournaments with us. And with that, we have some larger ones sometimes, and the college coaches come oftentimes
Yeah.
to talk to kids from all the different counties and introduce themselves, give their cards out, and just kind of say, hey, we've got a team if you're interested. So
Yeah.
it's pretty cool that you know our kids get those opportunities to meet some of those coaches here in Kentucky that early.
Yeah.
Which is pretty neat.
Yeah,
The
absolutely.
rules aren't as binding on fishing as they are some of the basketball
Right.
and baseball and those scholarship sports. These are
Yeah.
considered more activities with their colleges, and so they're not bound by as many rules.
Right. No, that's really cool. I mean, KCU has a very pretty campus, for sure on that part of it. So, what about you?
So he had a lot of. He won the Worlds, and
Right.
he got a lot of scholarships.
Yeah.
A lot of the big checks.
Yeah.
That you see, the ones that you have to hold up, all offering him an opportunity to come to those colleges with those particular scholarship monies.
So you could go pretty much wherever you want
So
to.
he
I
made
wouldn't say
a lot.
that.
He made a few trips to different places,
Yeah.
and so he could tell you about those trips and what he ultimate decision.
Why don't
was.
you hold that, and then we'll go to commercial real quick, and then we'll come back and talk to Elijah about his trip.
If you're driving by and see that light, stop on in, get your colors right. It's more than gear, it's your story design. At Incoviv Designs, every thread's a sign. Got a dent or scratch, no need to despair. Jacob's Auto Body, we're beyond compare. Custom paint, so sleek, insurance on our side. 70 years of trust, we're your hometown pride. Jacob's Auto Body will make it like new. 859-274-7425 is the clue. Jacob's Auto Body, run the show.
It was paid off. All right, we are back. We was just talking about that great Jacobs Auto Body commercial there in my truck, how it got smashed at a ball game. But Jacob took care of it, man. He's good. I'm telling you, if you take your car anywhere else, you're crazy.
It's in his blood.
It is.
Like it's literally.
He's so good at it. Like he literally can look at it and go, that's about 4,500. And man, he's almost to the dot,
Trevor's great at it. Trevor was a bass fisherman back in the day.
Yeah.
He was on our bass fishing team.
Yeah.
Jacob fishes a lot, actually.
Yeah.
Jacob, a third generation body man,
Probably.
I think.
Yeah. But
Their dad was a boat captain for us for a while.
that's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they do a great job. So, well, before we left off there, we was getting ready. We were in suspense to hear Elijah's story about, he had several offers. Who all did you have offers from?
I had Drury, Carson Newman, Campbellsville, KCU, U-Pike, Simpson, USC Union, and there's a couple more.
So USC Union, I'm assuming South Carolina.
Yeah,
And then where's the Carson Newman?
Tennessee,
Okay.
right between two of the best leagues.
Who was the furthest one away?
The one in California.
Wow.
That's what he said. Simpson was his favorite.
Oh yeah,
That's the one in California.
yeah.
So obviously you had choices, right? And a lot of these were close. You mentioned Carson Newman in between a couple of really good lakes. What was the deciding factor for Campbellsville to get your talents?
I really liked a lot of the people that was on the team, and I had a nice talk with Tony. He seemed like a good guy, and then it's right next to Green River, which in my opinion, best lake in the state.
Oh,
Or
wow.
Del Hollow. one of them too. And then they fish a lot of tournaments and stuff, and I really like their housing down there too.
Okay.
So,
I would second that thought about Green River. That's a very, very nice lake.
yeah.
It's been a long time since I've been on it, but I have fished it. And I mean, you also have a former teammate there too, right? So he can kind of give you the ins and outs of what the school is
Yeah.
about, right?
Mhm.
So, I mean, I didn't ever have that opportunity, but I mean, I think it's awesome. I think this is one of the coolest things about this show that we've been doing for almost 2 years. Well, I guess we're over 2 years on the coaches show at this point, which is nuts to say that. But
For a long time, I was about to be teammates with either one of them.
yeah,
I really debated U-Pike and KCU. The big four that was in my top decisions was Carson Newman, Campbellsville, U-Pike, and KCU, because they was four closest to home.
Yeah.
So, and they all had pretty good fishing programs.
so did the coaching changes have anything to do with that?
A little bit, but I didn't really like KCU's campus that much.
Yeah.
Because they didn't have a good lake around it, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And then U-Pike,
He's not just going to fish; he wants to have some good fishing.
yeah.
No, I get that, and it's exciting to, whether it is fishing, soccer, basketball, baseball, whatever sport we've got going on. Montgomery County is churning out some talent. The bowling teams had several kids that have gotten college scholarships and went on to that part of it. I mean, it's just
Archery went to nationals this year.
yeah.
Luke there does shooting sports.
Yes,
Yeah.
I shoot. That's my second sport. So
Okay.
in the summers I'm shooting, and the last shooting tournament is on the first day, the Sunday after the first fishing tournament,
Okay.
and it's always been that way.
Yeah, he's always done that since forever.
Yeah.
With 4-H and then of course Montgomery County has a club.
Yeah.
And a number of our, he was applying for a scholarship, and I wrote a letter for him the other day, and I was talking about how Luke, mentored a lot of our younger people on the fishing team, but also recruited them to be on the shooting team.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times the kids that like to fish, they like to hunt, right? And he's had a number of MOCO bass fishing members that have joined the shooting club with him, and have had success.
And when you say shooting, are you guns or archery?
I'm trapped,
Trap.
so
Okay.
that's these clay pigeons
Gotcha.
that you shoot.
Okay.
and he's good.
Didn't even
Yeah.
know we had that.
Yeah, he's
I'm
good,
leaving
real
next
good.
weekend to shoot. Around 1,500 rounds.
Oh my gosh.
I shot 900 2 weeks back. So
Do you fish with your right hand or left hand?
right hand.
Okay.
Well, left and right. I flip with
Yeah.
my left hand because
Okay.
it's easier.
Man, that shoulder gets a workout. All that shooting and then fishing too.
I also
so.
work out too.
Okay. Well, that helps.
Yeah.
That helps on that part of it. So that's wild.
They're amazing.
Yeah, that's so much. So, I mean, you're going to college on a fishing scholarship. What are you going to school for?
Business. I'm gonna do business, and they have an entrepreneurship, so I'm wanting to start my own business. But I don't really know what I want to get into yet.
Okay. Well, I mean,
Sounds
That's-
to me like he's going to own a bait shop.
That would
bait
be
and
nice.
tackle, guns. I mean,
Pawn shop.
Yeah.
There you go.
And it's if you can find the right niche, that's a good way to go.
And this is
Yeah.
where Luke says, I learned all my business skills from my mom, who owns Always in
Always in
Season
Season.
down the street.
Oh,
And
nice.
my papa's business, custom machining.
Okay. So the entrepreneurship's in your blood, then, isn't it?
Yeah,
So,
it is.
well, that's awesome. That's awesome. What about you, Luke? Where do you or Eli? Golly, I looked right in. What are you thinking? College degree wise.
I'm doing business as well, and I'm a minor in business management.
Okay.
So
All right. Do you have a specific desire of what you want to do when you get out?
not really.
Okay.
Still processing it and kind of just looking.
Okay. All right. Elijah, I know you want to be a professional fisherman. I know that, right? So,
Can you guess the major?
business.
Yeah.
Yeah. Clean sweep across there.
I was going to say either business or wildlife management or something like that.
Bass Lippin University, you know. So,
Bass University. Actually, it's online. They do YouTube videos. They have the pros come and do webinars and such, and
Yeah.
it's called Bass University.
so let's think about that. So, what's the path, right? Like, if you want to be a professional fisherman, what's the path? How are you getting there?
Well, nowadays it's a lot about social media and stuff because you kind of have to. A lot of people are looking to sponsor. They like getting money from their money,
Mm-hmm.
so they give money to people who have big followings on social media and stuff like that, and don't necessarily have to be like really good. You just sometimes obviously you have to be a little bit good, but a lot of times you just have to have a decent social media following. You get a lot of sponsors through that, and then you have to qualify. But
So there's a lot of ways. So let's just take Elijah for example. Okay, Elijah won the Worlds, was chosen as a Bassmaster All-American. All right, he's going to college to fish. He's going to fish the Bassmaster College Trail. All right, his goal is to be one of the top 8 in the bracket tournament where he and his teammate and 4 other boats are going to compete against each other in a bracket. So he's going to have his own boat and he's going to compete against his partner. That ultimate winner of that bracket competition gets to go to the Bassmaster Classic and fish.
Wow.
So now he's in the Bassmaster Classic as a Bassmaster All-American, as a Bassmaster bracket winner. So he's setting his path to, I'm in the Bassmaster, he does well. He does well. Well, now sponsors see him. Sponsors want him.
Yeah.
Now he's getting money to go fish Bassmaster Opens.
Yeah.
Bassmaster Opens, you qualify to make the elites.
Yeah.
That's a path he could take.
I wondered where the Bassmaster Elite came into
Sure.
that. So,
Yeah. And you've got Bass Nation. So Brandon Polinick won through the Bass Nation as a college. As a young person, he won the Bass Nation, which got him into the Bassmaster Classic.
Yeah.
Once you're in the Bassmaster Classic, you're now, on everyone's radar as
Yeah.
a possible top fisherman in
Yeah.
the nation.
not to mention the fact that you still have that possibility of the MLF out there too, right?
And so you have the MLF. MLF does a lot of invites to get to their top stage. Bradley Roy, Angler's Outpost, his father Anthony owns it. He's the son. He is on the MLF top. What is it called?
it's like the top 60. It's the Bass Pro Tour.
Bass Pro Tour, yes. And so they do invites, and they do invites for the people that are fishing the Toyota Series and the invitationals and those things. What's that? Norby?
Andrew Norby.
Andrew Norby got this huge, big following on YouTube. He got big on YouTube. Okay, big on YouTube. Was entering BFLs, weekend warrior kind of tournaments. He was entering the Open, the Toyota Opens, all those, and everybody started seeing him, and he's got sponsors, boats, working his way to getting his invite. And so, there's quite a few different paths they can take. And obviously one of them is getting to college, getting on the national stage, fishing these big tournaments, and seeing how well they can do. Opportunities are there.
Right.
But,
And it sounds like all 3
everybody's
of you
trying to
have got
take
the
it.
right, got good schools there to be able to do that because, I think you said right off the bat, right, that all 3 schools are ranked in the top 20.
Correct.
So, that's that's pretty cool on that part of it. So will you
Sean,
guys
hang on a second. I just got a comment on Facebook. Mr. Chris Cobb here knows an awful lot about fishing for somebody that, according to Matt Stokes, has never even been fishing before.
And Stokes never won a region.
Oh, ouch!
Do not do that.
Ouch!
Do not do that, Matthew Stokes. He wants to go fishing. I need to take him. I need to pick him up and take him.
Might teach him a thing or two.
Teach him a thing or two. Coach him up a little bit.
That's funny. So will you guys get to compete much this year? I mean, I'm trying to figure out, like, you know, I know, like, different, is it just like you're going to be in the same tournament, or is there, like,
They're
you
gonna
know,
be in the
conferences?
same tournament.
Yeah.
They're going to be in the same tournament.
Yeah.
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 They're going to be in the same tournament. They'll be fishing against SEC team. I mean, Auburn University will be there.
Yeah.
Carson
Auburn's one of the
Newman will
bigger
be
ones,
there.
right?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Carson Newman will be there. You know, all the different, because you don't have to have, your school doesn't have to have a team that gives scholarships. We're just lucky that these 3 Kentucky schools give scholarships to bass fish. A lot of the schools, it's a club. And so Moorhead has a club, a bass fishing club. You can join the bass fishing club, but you're paying your own way.
Right.
For everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
And I believe Kentucky's the same way.
Yeah, Kentucky. Yeah, University of Kentucky is the same way. So you don't see them.
Murray State's a club.
It is, yeah. Actually,
So
Murray
when
State's a
you
club,
say
and they're in
paying
the
for
top
everything,
10
does that
this
mean
year.
paying for your gas, your
Everything.
stay, and
Yeah,
everything?
all of it.
Yeah.
But,
Fishing
Wow.
is more expensive than a lot
yeah,
of
but these
no doubt.
these 3 schools give scholarships and have monies specifically going to their bass fishing teams. They all have places to store their boats. They have buildings to store their boats. Campbellsville has trucks that the kids use. Instead of using their own, they get to use Campbellsville's trucks to pull their boats.
Lettered up and
That's
stuff.
awesome.
Yeah, they're right. They also have boats too.
Yeah, Pike KCU has monies set aside for a certain number of tournaments.
So success breeds that, though, right?
Correct.
You know, because you look at the, you know, across the board, you're looking at, it's like, okay, well, UK basketball, UK football, UK baseball, UK fishing, right? But you get some of these smaller schools that, like, are finding great success with a fishing program. They're like, okay, well, we're going to invest into this because that's working.
Right.
You know, we're good at that.
Yeah.
Let's invest into that part of it.
And you know,
I think that'd be pretty cool, though. You know, rolling in there with your truck all wrapped and your boat wrapped with the school on it.
Right.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool.
anyone that wants to wrap my bullet in MOCO bass fishing, just reach out.
We're all
Sean or
looking for
myself.
sponsors.
Yeah. Sponsors will be greatly appreciated.
Yes, yes.
I have a red, white, and blue bullet. If you want to wrap it, it'd be great. Just saying.
Red, white, and blue. You did that on purpose,
I
didn't
did.
you?
I did. It was actually a boat captain's of ours, and he traded it for a new boat, and I was like, I want that boat. Yeah.
Nice. I like it.
Yeah, it's silver. Actually, it's red, white, blue, and silver.
It's a beautiful boat.
It's a beautiful boat.
It still works.
Really cool.
And those bullets are fast.
They are. We were just talking about that, but I do not go that fast.
So what's the best boat on the market now?
It depends on your preference.
Yeah.
They really all have their, different things they're useful for. I mean,
So
What's your most expensive one out there?
Boat, the boat that the most solid boat, the boat that's not
Icon?
going,
yeah. Well, it really
the
depends.
boat that's not going to sink is probably a Ranger.
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably a Ranger. Newer boats, there's Ions, which Jacob Wheeler created, kind of planned out. We have one of those on the team.
That thing's beautiful.
Yeah, it is beautiful. Phoenixes are big. They came out, I don't know, 8-9 years ago, probably.
I
10 years
heard
ago.
those are really expensive.
About
Is
10
that true?
years
Yeah.
ago.
They're up there.
They're up there.
The Bass Cat.
They're actually not the most expensive.
No.
They're pretty comfortable boats.
Yeah.
We have some of those on the team. I myself like the old school Stratus. I like a Stratus.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful boat. It's solid. It's pocket friendly.
Yeah.
It's just a good solid.
It's been around for a long
It's
time.
been
My
around
dad
for a
had
long
a
time.
my dad's boat was a Stratus, the last one that he had, but the one that he had that I enjoyed the most was a Procraft.
Okay.
That thing was solid as all get out. Man, that sucker, you could do backflips in that thing and it wouldn't move.
And that's a
It helped
misconception.
being a big boy, you know.
You
so
know, that's a
it
misconception outside these walls right here, is that to be on our bass fishing team, you have to have this, Phoenix or Bullet,
Yeah.
and you don't.
Right.
You don't.
Don't make the fish, man.
It does not. I had
just get you there faster, right?
I had
Some of the old boats are faster.
Listen, I had an old 90 Stratus with a 150, and these guys have seen, I've fished out of it since they started
Oh,
the
yeah.
team. It had a hole in the bottom of the boat that I would poxy up, and I fished out of it all the time.
Yeah.
Took kids out on it. We catch fish out of it. Won tournaments out of it. You don't have to have the fastest, prettiest boat to be there. It has to float. It has to pass all the safety requirements
Right.
that we need.
Right.
With the rules, and that's about it.
Yeah. There you go.
Now we're going to have a disclaimer.
I just-
Chris Cobb taking kids out on a boat with a hole in the
No,
bottom
no.
of it does not represent the views and opinions of Frank.
It was fixed. Let's not go there.
Oh, shoot. All right, well, let's take our final commercial break, and we'll be back to wrap up here with the MOCO Bass Team.
I still can't believe she's gone. I don't know how we're going to plan all of this.
I know. I felt the same way when your granddad passed. The Coleman Funeral Home really helped us get through it.
Were they compassionate?
More than that, they took care of us. They made us feel like family. They handled the entire situation from beginning to end.
At Kaufman Funeral Home and Crematorium in Mount Sterling, Kentucky, we're honored to walk beside your family with dignity and compassion every step of the way.
That's exactly what we need right now.
Kaufman Funeral Home, where we believe every life is a beautiful story that deserves to be honored with love, dignity, and heartfelt celebration.
Helping folks see clear behind the wheel. In our hometown, heroes take the field and shine. They're right there cheering every single time. Proud sponsored, heart and soul combined. Montgomery County's got vision on the rise.
Spring is here. Are you sure your roof is ready for the rain? Winter weather can leave behind hidden damage like loose shingles, cracked flashing, and clogged gutters, all of which can lead to costly leaks. At CRC Roofing and Renovations, we provide expert spring roof maintenance, leak prevention, and repairs to keep your home safe and dry. Don't wait until water damage ruins your home. Call CRC Roofing and Renovations today at 859-327-3913 or visit our website to schedule your free spring roof inspection. Protect your home with Central Kentucky's trusted roofing experts.
Anthony is using Community Trust Bank's mobile banking with Zelle to have the driveway shoveled. His part of the big lunch meeting and the birthday gift for the niece that was due yesterday. That means Anthony made it on time to watch the big game and see the home team score the winning shot. Mobile banking with Zelle at Community Trust Bank. Fast, easy, and secure.
Community Trust Bank, building communities built on trust.
So do me a favor, everybody get your Instagram out right now, and I want you to follow these guys here. It's going to be for Elijah on Instagram. It's Elijah_Coleman3. So follow him. Luke is Luke Pierce 2018. And Eli is _859.3li.Toller. We're going to work on his. Yeah.
You should plug his too.
What's yours?
YouTube at Cobb Fishing, FISHIN.
There you go.
Can't do my Instagram or Facebook.
Didn't realize you.
I'm a teacher. Remember, we're not
Right.
allowed to have
Right.
people, students,
Right.
following us.
I didn't know you had a YouTuber.
I do. Yes.
So-
I have. He has. Yeah. He's
Nice.
on it. He's on it. Yeah.
We'll have to follow that.
Embarrassing video.
That's funny.
Yeah.
And before you ask another question, Matt Stokes now says he can't get nothing over on Cobb. He beats him in fantasy football every year too. So
I do beat Matt every year in fantasy football. That is That's the correct answer. Good job, Matt.
I won my fantasy.
Proud of
this
you.
year.
There you
Ask
go.
Matt how many times he's taken the trophy home with him.
In either one, right?
Yeah,
Fantasy or fishing.
Either.
So we've talked about college stuff. So let's wrap it up. Let's talk about this upcoming season for you guys. When's the season start, and
Right.
what's the outlook of the team? You're losing a lot of talent here with these three fellas.
We lost not only these three guys that signed college, but we had, we had 13 seniors that graduated. 13 seniors that graduated, and any one of them could have went to fish. We didn't even talk about Will Dombrowskis, who was the KHSAA Angler of the Year, the Midway Angler of the Year this year. We didn't talk about Dane Roundtree, who could easily fish college. Rhett, Ambergy, Dagan, Tipton. I mean, the list goes on of kids that had opportunities, but they just are choosing a different path.
Yeah.
Which is great for them.
So
they
Will
do
didn't
what
want to
they
fish in
want.
college?
He did not. He did not.
I begged and pleaded him.
Yeah, a lot of coaches begged and pleaded him.
Yeah.
And I had talked with him as well. It just wasn't in his vision for his life, for his future, and he's got that vision, and he's going to pursue other things, just like the other young men that I talked about, and young ladies as well. We had a state champion, Maggie Miracle, who has a state championship ring, who's not fishing. She's not even going to cheer. She's just going to. I think she's just going to Eastern for college. She's done cheering. She's done fishing, and she accomplished great things, and she's moving on. So with that, we're going to be young again, and we're probably going to step back from a lot of the trails and the big tournaments. The kids will still have the opportunities to go. We're not taking the opportunities away from them. They're still going to go if they choose to go do it on their own. We're going to need to start over like when these guys were in 7th and 8th grade and do a lot more tournaments within ourselves, within our own team. And the great thing is, we have so many kids and so many boats that we're going to be able to, they're competing against, the best of the best. But we're going to have to step back a little bit. We're going to have a lot of younger kids and some kids in high school that maybe haven't fished as much or haven't seen the success because they were fishing against 3 college signees, or more, and so it is hard to push through and win when you have that that many seniors and that many juniors that are that good. So we're going to get to see who's going to rise up from the ashes, or what you might say, and see who's going to step up and be the best on our team and represent us, at regional and state like these guys have done for years now. We'll have our meeting. It's usually the Tuesday or Thursday of the full week of school after the first. We start on Thursday, Friday, and then we usually have it the Tuesday or Thursday of that following week. We'll ask all the paperwork, everybody that's, wants to join and wants to be part of the bass fishing team to come to that meeting. We'll start fishing usually the first or second week of September. This year we'll do Cave Run, Cumberland, Barron River, and then we'll probably be done. The reason we end usually after the first weekend of November, our kids like to deer hunt, and once deer season happens, they don't want to fish anymore. And so, and then you get into December and January, and those of us that know that's the best time to go fishing, it's the best time to go fishing.
Oh,
but
100%.
But with us having, it being a high school sport, we don't want to put kids in that situation where we're out on the lake and the water temperatures is 20 or 20 below or whatever.
So then you pick back up in the spring?
We pick back up in the spring, usually 1st of March. We usually try to get down to Del Hollow. The kids have an opportunity to be part of the KBN Battle of the Borders, where the top 100 Kentucky teams take on the top 100 Tennessee teams. And so our teams that want to have that opportunity to be part of that, we give them opportunity to do that. And then we'll do the SAF state championship, which is on Lake Cumberland. And this coming year, 2026, the National World Championship is actually at Lake Cumberland this year. Yeah, this coming in 2026. So we'll hit Cumberland 2 or 3 times to give our kids the best opportunity to be on that lake.
Yeah.
In an effort to not only qualify for the nationals, but if they don't qualify for the nationals, to go fish the Worlds, which is at Lake Cumberland.
Cool.
So yeah,
well, I know you mentioned earlier the Paintsville too, right?
Yeah. So I think we'll probably go to Paintsville in the spring, if at all possible, and then after spring break we'll do Harrington. The reason we do that, Harrington is our regional lake. It's the way that we qualify to go to Kentucky Lake this year. The KHSAA state tournament's back at Kentucky Lake, so we'll fish Harrington 3 times. In a row, twice before the regional tournament. That way we have our best opportunity to get as many teams as we can into the regional tournament. We take 6 co-ed teams, usually all boy or boy-girl team, and then we can take up to 6 all-girls teams. And I could see us having 5 to 6 girls teams this year. Talking to some parents that have reached out to find out this, how they join the team and those things. We have a possibility of having 5 or 6 girls teams, which is amazing.
And there's, been some success with the girls teams.
2023 state championship.
Yeah.
We've won 2 regionals and got a 2nd place this past year.
Yeah.
And so our girls teams are they represent really well. And come out to fish. They're serious. Like, they want to beat the boys. It's a real competition.
Yeah.
Within our own tournaments that we have. And then in 2 weeks, Elijah and Will qualified through our KBN Bassmaster Bass Nation Trail to go fish nationals to represent Kentucky at Clark's Hill in South Carolina. So they'll do that in 2 weeks. They'll have the MOCO symbol in the middle, but the jersey will be Kentucky Bass Nation. So they're part of the Kentucky team, which is a pretty cool opportunity.
So it gives you another opportunity to try to talk him into fishing in college, right?
He's already decided.
No, that's really good. That's really cool. So,
but we couldn't do our sport without our volunteer boat captains. I mean, without our parents being there, it's an impossibility.
Yeah.
And we've always had the best of the best as far as that goes with our boat captains, always.
And it's really cool, sport. Like, I know I've told you all this before, but it's like this didn't exist when I was in high school. My dad would have died to be a boat captain and having a couple of guys, out there with him. So
wouldn't have had to sit the bench. So
yeah,
I mean,
yeah, no, I mean,
what's Stokes gonna say about that one? I'm sure he's gonna say something there.
He ain't said anything.
Oh, he has it. Okay,
that's funny. That's funny. Well, guys, we definitely be supporting you from afar here. We hope all of you have great college careers and find success, and it'd be awesome to see all of you at nationals battling it out. Like, that's 3 Montgomery County guys right there. So
it's a good possibility.
Yeah. So that'd be awesome to be able to see that and try to follow you,
and you still
along
have Gabe.
the way.
You still have Gabe. So Kyle Workman fished at Campbellsville. He's graduated. He did. Highly.
KCU,
Yeah.
He
He's in his
is.
fifth
Is he
year.
going to do a fifth year?
Yeah, he's fifth
Okay,
year.
so
in
Jacob
this year.
Howley's going to do a fifth year. He fishes for KCU.
Okay.
He has for 4 years or for all 5 years. So he's
Riley
going
graduated?
to fish. Riley Lawson fished for Moorhead. Then he fished
Yeah.
for KCU. He's graduated. He graduated. And
What was
we had,
Norman's son's?
Pruitt fished
Yeah.
at Eastern for a year or two with their club.
Yeah, and then KCU
And
for
Alex
a year.
Neesmith fished with Murray State with their club and helped really kind of get them going
Yeah.
down there at Murray State. And he's since graduated. So we've had a lot of kids that have fished, college. Obviously, we didn't have this platform to share as much
Yeah.
as we do now with Facebook and podcast and those types of things. And success of winning some state championships obviously helped as
Right.
well.
Absolutely.
But all those kids were founding kids that helped start the program
Yeah.
here and build it to what it is now, where we have 13 seniors, 3 kids going to Fish College, all at the same time, and more to come.
Yeah.
In the following years.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I remember I was going to ask you a question a while ago, and it just went out the window. You said state tournament is at Kentucky Lake.
Yes, sir.
Do you get to fish Barkley as well,
No.
or is it? Oh, you got to stay on Kentucky
You're from
because they're connected, right?
They are.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can't go into the canal. That's off limits, and you can't go past Paris
Gotcha.
Bridge. But you go out of the Kentucky State Marina. So
Okay.
Paris is a long run.
Yeah.
And only this guy would make it.
Paris is the best place to
See,
fish.
I knew he was going to say, I'll make the run. I would not make that run.
So how far to drive is it?
I don't know, about an hour and a half each way.
Yeah.
So you better hope you're on some fish because you only get 5 hours of
And
fishing
you-
if you
and
make
you
that run.
best hope
and
it's not
that's
windy
running
that
full
day.
speed.
Yeah.
And hope it's not windy
Because
that
we
day.
ran, when we were down at Kentucky Lake, we ran to the Blood River both days, and that's in good water. That's about an hour each way. And the second day of the tournament was like 3 and 4 foot rollers.
I practiced Blood River the last time we went to Kentucky Lake 2 years ago, and I drove to the ramp to put in. I didn't go
Yeah.
on the lake.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good luck. I couldn't do it.
So 8 hours on the water is what you're saying?
It depends. Like some of these bigger tournaments, like the Nationals and the Worlds, it depends on what boat number. Most people, I like to have a later boat number because in them big tournaments, because like the first 2 days in the Worlds and Nationals, whatever boat number you get, you flip it on the second day.
Okay.
So what I hope is usually a really late boat number or a really early boat number. And this year I think we got like boat 80 on the first day, so not too bad out of 500 boats. Then the second day we got like 11 hours of fishing time because of how the flight's set up. And they was just rolling boats out as quick as they possibly could. So
Gotcha. So the earlier the number, the shorter period of time you got
yes,
to.
but the more
Yeah.
spots you have an opportunity.
Depending on the
to
size
hit.
of the tournament.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
100 boats?
there were 4 to 500. Yeah, there were
Was
500.
everybody fishing out of everybody's boat at the same
Pretty
time?
much, yeah. Yeah, pretty
Oh,
much.
hey, how you doing? We're
Parking
both.
lot.
Pretty much.
You get
That's wild.
You get to see some of the.
And that tournament's going to be at Lake Cumberland this coming
Yeah, I don't see how they're gonna
yeah,
do
in
that.
2026.
500 boats. That's when you hook that big one and you walk across everybody else's boat and finally reel it in 5 or 6 boats down the line.
Right.
I'd be that particular tournament. I probably would make the run all the way down to Burnside. I'd just run the whole lake to get away from everybody.
Yeah.
I'd make the run.
This year's state, we had some fish up in Buck Creek at Cumberland, which was going out of the dam. And Buck Creek is 73 miles from the dam. So we thought about running it.
I mean, the gas holds for that.
Conley Bottom's in the middle of the lake,
It
so
really-
you can. If you were to need it, it'd be on the way back, and you could
Yeah.
stop
Gotcha.
and get gas
Gotcha.
at Conley and make it back.
Yeah.
I'm blessed with the boat that I have to have 2 32-gallon tanks in it. So we can usually make them long runs if we want to.
I would have to stop
Now it hurts at the gas
on
pump.
the way back.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure. Yeah, because you're paying them lake prices, right?
Yeah, lake
Yeah.
price.
I
Yeah.
never filled
That's
that
right.
boat up on the lake, and I don't plan to either.
Well, I mean, we'll say this and we'll get wrapped up, but like I've watched some of the tournaments online or on TV and stuff, and like they talk about it. It's like, well, he's making a run, and I mean, you see guys that make 2-hour run, and they've got 2.5 hours or so to fish. And like you said, you've got to know exactly where the fish are. You got to be on them in order to spend, and then just pray to God your boat don't break down in one of those runs, right?
That's right. Like the NPFL last weekend, which is another professional fishing tournament trail. They were at, what was it, St. Lawrence River, and they had people run 200 miles each way to Lake Ontario.
Yeah.
200 miles?
Each way.
Went from New York to Canada.
So how long did that take them?
A couple hours.
Like 6 hours.
I mean, they go like
Of total run time?
Yeah.
And fishing for 2.5, 3 hours?
And they was smashing.
They all won. They were all the top 5
or 6, yeah.
The guys that made the run.
They was having like 25,
I tell you
26
what, I bet your
ounces.
back
There's a lot
hurts
to it.
after a 200-mile run in that bass boat.
There's a lot to it. A whole lot to it.
It's just, it just kind of tenses you up, especially if the water's, rough.
And them Great Lakes, they get rough too.
And that's with another person with a camera and
a whole crew.
A whole crew usually.
Yeah.
Sometimes up to 3 people in the boat. Just like these guys, 3 people in the boat. Of course, college there'll just be 2 of them. So, which they won't know what to do with
Unless
all the
they're
room.
unless they're in one of those tournaments that is on the
Yeah,
ESPN
right.
and they got a camera in there with them.
Unless they're they end up getting in one of those tournaments or in the
I think
and they do that.
They do 12 cameramen at each of the Bassmaster tournaments.
We just got a text message here. Wes would like to know everyone's biggest fish that they've ever caught.
Yeah.
Start with you.
Mine's 7 at Cave Run, flipping bushes. What, 3 years ago? Yeah.
6.5 at Cave Run, flipping bushes.
We all know Sean's is that 32-pound bluegill he caught in the snow.
32-pound bluegill back in the day.
Mine's cheating. It's a 10-pound at a farm pond. Biggest at a lake was, I'd say, 6.5. I think.
Okay. What lake was it? Do you remember?
Yatesville.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he did that in a tournament.
Yeah.
In a high school tournament.
Make that count then.
I thought I had a big, I thought.
What about you?
I had a 6-pound smallie at Dale.
Okay. That's a really
That's a
nice
big
smallmouth.
fish.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. And that lake is really known for its smallmouth. So.
It's
Smallmouth.
It's all
I
about
love
smallmouth.
You hate to catch them during the tournament.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're awful.
They take a while, right?
No,
You
have
have
21 inches.
You have to be
Yeah,
21
it's
inches.
21,
Or
yeah.
you only get one under the slot.
And you throw them back 5-pound fish like it's nothing.
Yeah, and you're just like.
It's like what
Yeah.
nothing about it.
Yeah, that one
Now,
stinks.
it's fun fishing,
Yeah, fun
Amazing.
fishing. It's fun.
but during the tournament, you want to stay away from the smallmouth.
All right, we'll do one more. Favorite lake?
Probably Del Hollow.
Okay.
I had Dale Hollow as well. I like
Okay.
Dale Hollow.
Dale Hollow or Hartwell,
Hartwell is
South Carolina.
okay.
Well, they all said Del Hollow, which was probably my favorite. But I will say Barron River.
Okay.
I enjoyed Barron.
I got lost on Barron River one time.
Yeah.
I did.
Did you really?
I did.
Yeah.
I made it back, obviously, but I was like, that was the biggest lake I had been out.
But if I had my choice between Barron and Dale, I'm going to
Both great lakes for sure. So, well, guys, this was fun. It always is.
Thanks
I mean,
for having
it's you wouldn't think that bass fishing would be that interesting to talk about, but it is. I think it's fascinating. So, go out, follow these guys on their social medias, help them out on that part of it. Follow U Pike and KCU and Campbellsville on their socials as well, so we can keep up with these guys.
And then we have our MOCO bass fishing.
And it is MOCO bass fishing, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Follow the MOCO bass fishing page on Facebook as well. Season will be here before you know it. So, guys, thank you all again for coming and spending some time with us. Next week, we are going to get on the field with the soccer. We're going to have Kevin Miles, Montgomery County boys soccer coach, here next week, getting ready to kick off the season there on the soccer side of it as well.
They're going to be good.
That's good.
They're going to be good.
Good.
A lot of the young men that won at McNabb are going to be sophomores.
Okay.
Juniors. Yeah, they're be solid.
Ready for a bounce back year with Montgomery County soccer there. So we look forward to talking about that. Our drive to 5 on our Facebook, we're trying to get to 5,000 followers before the end of the year. We're just a tad over 4,400. So if you have not followed us yet, follow us. Go over, hit the 3 little dots, invite all of your friends to follow our page. It's going to be an exciting year for the From Corner to Corner podcast. I promise you that. You don't want to miss it. All of these great sponsors that we've got that signed up with us. We've got a lot to come in this fall and through the spring. So you're going to see us a lot more. We're going to be out there a lot more. We're super excited about what is in store for all of us. So you don't want to miss that stuff. So follow us on all of our socials. We're on everything. So, go out there and follow us on that. So.
And you can even follow us on TikTok and watch Sean's daily walk.
Right. Yeah. Watch my weight loss journey. So, well, guys, there you have it for this week's edition of the From Corner to Corner Coach's Corner. Remember to help us promote our podcast, our Athlete of the Week and Athlete of the Month programs. We do what we do for our communities, our teams, our coaches, and our students. They all deserve it. Catch you guys next week.
The From Corner to Corner podcast wants to send a huge thank you to all our amazing sponsors who help keep this show rolling each week. Your support lets us keep covering local sports, sharing stories, and building community together. We truly couldn't do it without you. Thank you for believing in us, and let's keep making an impact together.
The MOCO Four Horsemen would like to thank you for listening to From Corner to Corner. Be sure to go out and follow us on Twitter, on TikTok, on Facebook, Instagram, and even YouTube. Whatever podcast platform that you listen to us on, be sure to go out and give us a 5-star review. Thanks as always, and we look forward to seeing you next week.